Oh, we're in his childhood. I think we're traveling for anyone who's here that hasn't seen this game before. It's To the Moon. It's a visual novel. We are two doctors. It's sci-fi fantasy. We're not quite in agreement. I would say it's a fantasy where they hook up to this dying dude's mind and they travel through some important memories of his. It started off when he was old and they're trying to get all the way back and they're trying to incept his memories. So they're trying to change how he feels that his life went, I suppose. And he wants to go to the moon. So we're following him along, and he just asked out his wife on a date for the first time. Cafeteria only open during lunch hours. Well, it's not completely a visual novel. Right now we're looking for like hidden orbs or memory fragments or whatever to unlock. I think we've already seen it. Psst, she's coming this way. Alt F4, Alt F4. Wait, I'm pretty sure he said Alt Tab yesterday. Yeah, they changed a little bit. Yeah, Alt Tab, Alt Tab. Look at that. I have those memories. Sitting ready to change. Oh, right. I haven't been out here yet. That's a wrap. You jumps better be, better next time. Nice. An atrium. We could use this place later. Oh? I just can't believe these court lines are rectangles in his head. I'm both in my head. Oh, but that's for football, right? Oh, wait. Soccer. I'm sorry. Wait. Any memories in here? Ah, here we go. Ugh. Fine, you win, says John. Nicholas says, booyah! Right, we need one more memory. Is it gonna be outside then? Go back outside? No, wait. Nothing more in here. Point and click. Oh yeah. Ah, here we go. And we're going into the lunch area, right? Nicholas says, yeah, she's unique, but she's uniquely boring. I mean, just look at her. That's his wife-to-be. She just sits there by herself all day with all that creepy deformed duck toy. Creepy deformed duck toy. And she's autistic. That's not a deformed duck, that's a platypus, says John. What the heck is a platypus? Quit making up words. Making words up. Nicholas continues. Anyway, she's just so off, you know. It's like she's from a totally different planet or something. I know, isn't that cool? If you're into aliens and that sort of stuff, I guess. But really, if you want to be weird, why don't you just go hang out with the emos and the goths? Oh, fuck. I always forget. Maybe I should script that thing. Tasty stuff, this. Thanks for looking out, Blasphemous. Also, nice to see you again. How are you doing today, Blasphemous? To the moon. Yeah, I like the idea that you had before Colgate in on tap. Just only have the game on here and read that thing. Just update automatically, since I always forget. I always do the clickbaity thing. Hang out with the emos and the goths. If emos and goths are nonconformist, why do they all look the same? I love that quote because I saw that in Sydney in Australia. In a subway. It was a commercial for something when I was waiting for the train, right? It was just right there. It was a commercial for some soda or whatever. They just said, if emos are all nonconformist, why do they all look the same? So rude. So rude. Blasphemous says, maybe you can automate it, Kappa? Yeah, that is exactly what Colgate in on tap advised me to do. I'm guessing, maybe not today, but within a week or something, maybe I'll get some script up together and automate changing the name of the game. Automate the world. Yes, indeed, Blasphemous. Automate the world. That's... yeah, I want to do that. I want to do some automation, like, since I'm bad at it. On the other hand, maybe I don't have to, because I have you guys to remind me. Such friendly, helpful guys. So I don't... We'll see. Alright, John says, well, for one, I don't want to ruin my hair. Ruin? The fact that we got a name for them says a lot too. Does it though? Look, Nick. I just don't want to be another typical kid in the sea of typical people. How the heck would being with her change your own identity? I mean, you'd just be some guy who hangs out with a shy girl. Alright, if you say so, dude. Isn't identity more... I mean, I guess they are... What year? How old are they here? Like 13 to 15? Maybe even younger than that. I mean, they care about girls, right? And they have thinking about identity. But identity, isn't that more of an internal thing? And of course your identity gets affected by whoever you hang around with. Right? Your identity doesn't become you hang out with that person, but by hanging out with that person, you learn to see the world in a specific way. I mean, it kind of makes sense now, even though, like, I was wondering why he said that he did not need a book when she got her diagnosis. Like, where was that? Here somewhere. I think she got her diagnosis in an adult age. And he said he didn't need a book. Because he believes that he knows her. Like, yeah, they have all this history together. So he believes at this point that he knows her and what she's like and what she needs and all stuff like that. Well, no, maybe we'll wait. We'll wait on that. We have heard that we will get an answer to that question. It's just me theorizing. Hypothesizing? I don't know what to call that word. Blasphemous says, when people are in a relationship and take on the identity of the person they are with, it rarely works out. Indeed. And that's not what I was saying either. It's like, when you hang out, your identity is I mean, you are affected by the people around you. Just trying to copy someone else and not. I mean, it's not introspective, right? It's not looking within and finding out who you are as a person, just trying to be something that you are not. I think that is what you were saying, Blasphemous. And trying to be something that you're not is often a bad idea. And one way to try to do that is to try to take on the identity of the person that you're in a relationship with. I think that's a common problem within, like, with teenagers. Like, there's so much popularity contests, so they try to win the popularity contests and not really. It's a lot of comparing yourself to others and doing that rather than looking within. I like all those same bands now, too. This Blasphemous. I wonder, though, about music. If it's an acquired taste. Like, I'm a metalhead, right? The first time I heard black metal, the first black metal song I ever heard, I don't think I liked that. I don't remember, though. I have terrible memories like that, and they're all false memories, right? But I think I saw some metalheads and thought, oh, that's cool. Well, at the same time, I grew up with my father really liked Neil Young and guitar whaley music. So maybe it wasn't. I thought it was cool. Maybe I like whaley guitars because that's what I grew up with. But I have this memory thinking that, ooh, that's cool. I don't know if it seems like a real memory. Ooh, that's cool. I want to try that as well. And that's the reason why I got my hands on a black metal album and started listening to it. You know, gave it a go. Then I acquired the taste and now I'm a metalhead. Blasphemous, I know of some Swedish pop singers, lol. Oh? Swedish pop singers. Like recent ones? I don't even know of recent ones. I know the ones that most people know about, like ABBA. I don't know. What else do we have? We have At the Gates. That's our proudest export, I suppose. In Flames. Dark Tranquillity. Well, those are all metalheads music, right? No, Narcissus. I used to listen to metal, but now I'm more into electronic stuff. Yeah, I really liked. Some of you guys tipped me about Infected Mushroom, and I really like that. I haven't really listened a lot to electric stuff. Electronic stuff, I mean. But it's fine. But I've been getting back into metal lately, says Node-Runner. Me too. I've been listening more to emo metal, if that makes sense. Wait, what did they call it? Like sludge metal. Catatonia. I've been listening a lot to Catatonia. That is what I'm saying. That's a emo metal bandy, kinda. It comes from, I've been listening a lot to lo-fi when working and stuff like that. Ooh, I haven't listened enough to Nine Inch Nails. There's a lot of songs that I do like, but I haven't really taken the time and effort to just play Nine Inch Nails. But that seems like it could work with the music that I listen to right now. Something that's good to have on the background. That's what I like now. Have music to have in the background. Blasphemous is, I don't know much of music made after 2005-ish. I think that's quite a common occurrence. Like most of the music, like if I don't just put on some lo-fi, like the what's it called, Chilled Cow lo-fi stream, like one of the YouTube lo-fi streams, and just listen to random shit and just let it run in the background. I think it's quite common though that you find a lot of music in your teenage years and maybe early 20s and stuff like that, and then the older you get, you just stick with that, kinda. Listen, like, I have a huge fucking library of music that I've listened to and that I like, right? And it's kind of rare for me to find new music to listen to. Yeah, it becomes rarer and rarer the older I get. 2005, that's... Oof. That's some time ago. Nodrunner says, I started when I found out they released some of their music as Creative Commons. I thought that was cool. Oh, I didn't know that. We should listen to it on the stream then when we end up on quiet reading, right? Soon enough, I'm gonna jump over to reading actual books, and then we're gonna have to listen to music. And I know I want to listen to Nine Inch Nails then, and Vintergatan as well, Swedish music. All of that is creative. Yeah, it's Creative Commons. Just attribution. Fuck. You need to attribute them. You need to say, this is Wintergatan's music. And I'm guessing Nine Inch Nails do the same. This is Nine Inch Nails. I'm guessing. Blasphemous says Nine Inch Nails was one of my favorite bands. Nice. I think you could listen to those particular albums on stream. Yeah, but it's non-commercial as well. Yeah, I'm actually quite confused about that. I've been thinking about that. Am I allowed to listen to... I mean, I am not earning any money, right? But Steam is? Oh, Twitch is. I mean, Twitch is playing commercials. Are they? I don't know. I have no idea how that works. It is a commercial website. I don't know how that works. I'm not doing anything commercial, right? I love how YouTube does it. YouTube is fucking great about it. It's confusing rules as blasphemous. Nodrunner says, I don't know, I have ads blocked. Yeah. Love fucking ad blockers. I love how YouTube does it, because I was like partly afraid of all that, because I've seen a lot of, I'm watching a lot of YouTube, and a lot of YouTubers complain about DMCAs and everything. But YouTube have a system in place where they just say, oh, you cannot monetize this video. And I'm saying, oh, that's fine. I'm not monetizing any videos. So they just fix that automatically. And some audio is banned, and then they know that already, so I can just cut it out. There's just a button on YouTube that says cut this out, and I cut it out. Nodrunner says, but I'm confused as well about the commercial clause. It's super vague. Yeah, it's probably fine. It is probably fine. All right. She's not just shy, Nick, says John. There's something strange about her. Nicholas says, being strange isn't always a good thing, you know. Yeah, being strange is just being strange. Out of the normal. Well, I believe, since I am strange, right? I believe there is some inherent value to strangeness. To having, like, what were we talking about? Homogeneous versus... what's the other thing? When everybody's not the same? I see value in spreading out, like for humanity, going different paths on personalities and stuff like that, because that makes we get different ideas and different perspectives on things, and then when we talk about with each other, we can learn more and have a wider view of the world. That makes sense. Like, people who think differently come up with different ideas, and I like different ideas. That's good for evolution, right? The more ideas we have, the more we can hone in on the good ones, if that makes sense. Blasphemous links something and says eccentricity. Metallica things? Alright. What is this? Why is my ad block not taking this? Wait. Oh, this is not even an ad, I don't think. No, it's Spin Media. They just... Twitch's DMCA problem shines as official channel hilariously censors Metallica concert with 8-bit video game music. Wait, what? Over the course of the last pandemic-filled year, Twitch has become the go-to place for a lot of musicians to perform and interact with fans without breaking quarantine. Yeah. The fact that it was actually designed for live streams, unlike Instagram, Facebook, or YouTube, made it a natural fit. Yeah. For doing concerts. Unfortunately, the platform's surge of popularity within the music world also exposed one of Twitch's biggest problems, which is the ongoing battle over streaming music rights, all centered around the DMCA. I mean, I like that it's Metallica here, because Metallica has been one of the biggest opponents to, they've been proponents to stuff like this, right? It's our music. You cannot do whatever you want with it. It's our music. We decide. So they have been fighting for this, haven't they? I'm not super into the history of the DMCA thing, but I remember the whole Napster thing Metallica was one of the biggest opponents to that, right? And fighting for some kind of laws to be made. Blasphemous says, yes, Metallica are assholes, lol. I mean, so if this bit Metallica in the ass, that's kind of fun, isn't it? Yeah. Well, I think this, I'm guessing that's the story, right? That some people played some music that was, Metallica's performance got DMCA'd. Oh, right here on BlizzCon got DMCA'd as well. Twitch replaces the band's audio with some royalty... Wait. During the performance, Twitch replaces the band's audio with some royalty-free folksy 8-bit music. That sounds more like the legend. Oh man, amazing. That's so funny. Of course, perhaps the ultimate ironic icing on this particular cake is Metallica's arguably the most infamous band in the world when it comes to arguing against digital sharing of their music. Yeah, exactly. Hopefully this thing will grow, that they start playing more music on Twitch, and then they figure out, oh, we will get DMCA now. We can't do this. We're not allowed to do this based on our own rules. Blasphemous, I miss when this site was less about streaming for profit. I mean, I don't know how that works. I'm not streaming for profit. I'm streaming to learn and to talk, right? Have fun. But yeah, like, I don't see that as a problem with Twitch. I see that as DMCA and copyright. I have big issues with those. I'm personally, our distinction between personal, political, and ethical. Like, personally, I want to see all of the stuff free. It's information, and I like to see all the information free, as in maybe not free beer. Or maybe I do. Maybe I do want free beer. And I mean, even from a monetary, about making a profit, right? You can have live shows and profit from those. But like, it becomes an issue, right, with movies and stuff like that, I suppose. People need to get, well, I feel that people should get paid when they do labor. I do like that. I don't know. Volgatinotab says, as in free speech? Let's see. Free beer is free as not having to pay for it. Free speech, is that libre? That you're allowed to say whatever you want? I think free speech is an interesting... It becomes super fucking interesting. I think it's super important that everybody should be allowed to publish whatever they want, right? Any ideas should be allowed to be published. But the discussion, like the discussion today, like on Twitter and like a lot of people shouting free speech, spouting free speech, and that everybody should be allowed to say whatever they want. I mean, everybody is allowed to create a web page. Whoops. Everybody could do that. Everybody could print their own newspaper and try to sell it, or, well, not newspaper, maybe political paper. There is nothing against you doing that. Then we have, like, discussion today, I feel, is more about platforming. That is what Nicholas says. Maybe she just wants to fit in like everyone else. Maybe she does. Most people do. But I feel like the discussion today, like the Twitter and the Facebooks and the social media aspects, where people talk about free speech, is not actually about free speech. It's about platforming and who to platform and who not to platform, which is a different discussion. And that is what the post we read about that Mozilla posted, right? It was not about free speech. It was about platforming and whose voices should be amplified and whose voices should not be amplified. Like there is this... The same it goes for like with any newspaper you have, like everybody are allowed to... I'm pretty sure that is how it works in Sweden, and I'm guessing America as well. I don't know. Some countries it's not fine, but that is what free speech is about, right? You can publish whatever you want to. But within Dash publications, like if your publication becomes super fucking huge and everybody reads it, who do you decide to publish and not publish? I mean, the free speech thing is that you're allowed to publish whoever you want to. But that decision, who do you choose to put on your platform and make that, like, who does the algorithm show you, the YouTube algorithm? Who does it show you? If that, right, if that makes sense. Blasphemous says, yes, that is dangerous. Wait. What is dangerous? Fuck, I missed out. Node Runner said, what Mozilla post? They made like a post, we read it some time ago. See. Mozilla, if the cat is in the way. Mozilla e-platforming. Something like this. We need more than deplatforming. Here we go. The Mozilla blog. We need more than deplatforming. Right? This is not about free speech. This was about The Siege and the Takeover. It's about they feel that just because there was this discussion about deplatforming, right? They kicked Trump out of Twitter, if I remember, if that was the context that started this discussion. They are very crude in this post. But most of these things are interesting, right? Here we go. They're talking about amplification of different voices. And that's not about free speech. It's about amplification. And the argument this is all about is if that should be regulated. Twitter, as it stands right now, as far as I understand it, Twitter are allowed to post whatever the fuck they want. And Twitter has taken it upon themselves. Like, it's their free speech because it's their site, what they choose to publish and not publish, right? But that becomes a political discussion, and I find that is a super interesting political discussion to have. Should society, should we go in and regulate Twitter's free speech or no? Should Twitter be allowed to use their free speech to publish whatever the fuck they want, or should we regulate the what voices they are allowed to amplify or not? Telling Twitter to make any changes would be a breach of free speech, right? That would be to say that Twitter is not allowed free speech. Saying that Twitter is not allowed to ban Donald Trump, saying that to Twitter is an infringement on their Twitter's free speech, isn't it? I'm pretty sure. Blasphemous says it encourages people to talk about specific things while avoiding other subjects. Yeah, exactly. And that is, we end up in that situation wherever we go, right? Twitter and Mozilla as well, right? Mozilla are taking political stances, and that's nothing new for Mozilla. Mozilla is a political organization from the ground up, isn't it? And Twitter becomes political. They all have generated a lot of power to these organizations, so they do have a lot of power. What they do with that power, as far as free speech goes, they are allowed to publish and censor whatever they want to. If we're supposed to have free speech, they are allowed to do all these things. Because it's their website, it's their publication. So the question becomes, who do we care about? And actually, that's actually super fucking ugly of them. Like, all of them, the YouTubes, the Twitters, all the social media sites, the Twitches and all like that. The DMC thing says that we don't take any responsibility over whatever people post. That's what they say, right? They say, I don't take responsibility. The person takes responsibility over what they post. And one would argue that since that is what's happening, that is how they do it, we don't take responsibility, then they shouldn't be allowed to censor however they want to, because what they've said is that, oh, it's not we who are publishing this. So the free speech kind of thing should not be about Twitter. It should be about the individual who posts on Twitter. But that is not the system we're in. The system we're in is that we take none of the responsibility, like in the legal sense, but we still apply, the free speech is applied to us, not our users, which put the users in a fucked up situation. So yeah, I would probably want to see regulation that limits the free speech of Twitter. Probably. I mean, right now they are eating the cake and still having it. Like, they keep the free speech, but everything that is said that could be considered illegal from whatever, like the DMCA thing, right? They don't take responsibility of that. That is a fucked up power dynamic, isn't it? That really spits on the little guy. It spits on the individual, and I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Blasphemous, eh? DistroTube did a video on this article and decided to switch to LibreWolf. Oh, DistroTube is great on Linux, right? His philosophy, well, his politics leaves a lot to be desired in my mind, so I usually skip a lot of his political content. I'm more interested in the Linux content from him, because it's often, I find it simple politics. But I mean, I can see people, but I would go behind that. It's great that LibreWolf exists. And I think it is good that he does his videos and can convince people to switch to LibreWolf. I think that is all good and fine. It's just, it's not for me. Blasphemous, eh? I believe now that the US government holds the sites accountable. Do they? What is LibreWolf? Asks Colgate-InnoTap. Isn't that just a... it's a fork of Firefox, isn't it? No telemetry, private search, ad block included, enhanced security, fast updates, open source. Used under the Mozilla public license. Yeah, it's a fork. Yeah, fork of Firefox, focused on privacy, security, and freedom. So that's the interesting discussion, right? Whose free speech? And that's actually... yeah, I see organizations being equated to, seen as equal to people is... Like in Sweden, I'm pretty sure you have a similar system, right? In Sweden, we have this, what is it called? The personal ID number? No, social security number. There we go. We have a social security number. Every person gets one to be as being part of being Swedish, right? Everybody who immigrates, and they need this because, like, we have taxes, all of the stuff. Like, to be an actor in society, we use our social security number. And our publicly traded companies, they get an equivalent number to be an actor in society. And I just feel that is... we are not equal. Pretending that we are equal actors is unfair towards individuals, I believe, anyway. Let's see. Blasphemous, I believe now that the US government holds the sites accountable. Well, but that's the whole thing with the DMCA thing, right? That, oh, you need to be accountable, so, oh, right, we do the DMCA thing, so we don't have to be accountable. Like YouTube will not get sued for any copyright infringements. Twitch won't be sued for any copyright infringements. The individuals posting on those sites will get sued. But the companies are allowed to post whatever they want, since it's a free speech thing. While the individual doesn't have any free speech on the site because it's... Yeah. I don't own the publication of the thing. I don't own YouTube. Therefore, anything I post to YouTube doesn't go... It's not... I don't have free speech. I'm not allowed to say whatever I want. I'm only allowed to say whatever YouTube has in their terms and services. While YouTube themselves are allowed to post whatever they want to because of free speech. I'm guessing that is the crux of the issue, right? That the big organizations, the big companies hold all the power while the individual just gets fucked, I suppose. Blasphemous says it actually looks pretty good. LibreWolf, you mean? Comes with uBlock Origin, nice. And a bunch of config and privacy settings enabled by default. And DuckDuckGo rather than Google. Right? You don't have to switch to Google, to DuckDuckGo. It's just there automatically. Alright, so maybe she just wants to fit in like everyone else, says Nicholas. Well, this here, I would want to change this. Everyone else don't want to fit in. Everyone else wants to be accepted. Right? Everybody wants to be accepted in society. I want to be accepted. Not necessarily fit in. It usually takes that form, especially within young teenagers, that they're trying to fit in and trying to, ooh, I like this music now too. I dress as you dress. It happens a lot with teenagers. But it comes from a feeling of wanting to be accepted and wanting to have relationships. Connecting with people, right? And if she does, pushing her the other way wouldn't help, would it? Wait, what? Pushing her the other way? Which other way? Look, Nick, the point is that I know what I need, says John, and she's the one that has it. So you want her for what she has, but not for her. That's cold, man. I just hope you know what you're doing. Colgate on tab says our social security number system breaks if more than 500 males or more than 500 females are born on the same day. I think ours do too. Well, I think there's probably a workaround in place. Some people get unique social security numbers. We have a similar issue, I'm pretty sure. We only have the 4 extra numbers. I don't remember what they're for again. Yeah. It happens. And I'm guessing that someone somewhere will get notified and they'll just add an extra number or something. So I don't think that it breaks a little bit, but there are workarounds. Probably. I do know what I'm doing, says John. Colgate in on tab says also persons with 300 years age difference have the same social security numbers. Alright. Has the social security number system been in place for 300 years? Actually, it will be, hopefully, it will be placed for 300 years. And also, as I've heard, some biologists believe that the first person to become 1,000 years old is already born. some people believe. I find that just that somebody believes that already is kind of cool. Maybe. I won't live to see it though, unfortunately. Too fucking old. Too fucking old. Probably. Maybe not. Who knows? Look, I don't know what will happen in 5 years. Super fun speculating about the future, but actually with any certainty, I can say people in the future will want to be accepted. They want to be treated what they consider to be fairly. I can say that for sure. I can say that I'm gonna have muesli for lunch today. I think you're wrong though, says Nicholas. Colgate on Tap says, I don't know, but if some 1800 fellas are around in the 2100s, it could cause problems. It could indeed. And I mean, it's not only it could cause problem if they're still alive, it's also when they're dead, right? We're documenting a lot of stuff. We're documenting history, aren't we? There's probably value to the documentation, even in 200 years. Let's assume everybody is dead. If everyone who lives today in 200 years are dead, I'm not so sure about that. I could see our life expectancy double within 200 years. But let's assume all that documentation is valuable to some people. Yeah. It's a lot of valuable documentation, even if you're dead or alive. So maybe having unique social security numbers, maybe every person should be assigned a IP version 6 number on birth. That would be annoying to remember, all those numbers. Well, no, wait. We don't have that problem. You have that problem. We have just switched over to add 19 or add 20 in front of, because we had date of birth was the first numbers and then some extra fiddly numbers on the end. But if you just add the century on the front, that problem is fixed, isn't it? So that wouldn't take a big change at all for your system, would it, Colgate on Tap? Blasphemous say, I won't be surprised if they create an internet ID eventually. Eventually? We have internet ID in Sweden. We have our social security number, which we use in all our online businesses. If we're banking, if we're we have two-factor authentication. I think it's called that, 2FA. Yeah, we've got 2FA that we use in all connections with the government and banking and some other situations as well. Yeah, studying, right? Yeah, but that's part of the government, right? Getting our cash, getting our money for studying on uni, for example. Yeah. It's just digitalized two-factor authentication based on our social security number. Well, yeah, I don't find that surprising at all. Nicholas says, people aren't that typical. Everyone's unique in some way. John says, that's just what grandmas tell you. Grandma say? Blasphemous says, rip privacy. I mean, when you're interacting with the government, you do want them to know who you are. right? Can't just go to the government and say, oh, I'm studying, give me money. And who are you? Of course they want to double check. I mean, it's not... I have to, it's like a two-factor authentication, right? I need to press my buttons. It's like a login. I need to log in with my internet ID. It's not there all the time. And also, one could argue that your IP is identifying you, isn't it, Blasphemous? Well, not with the IPv4, but when we move over someday in the future to IPv6, then you could spoof it, I suppose, but you could still be identified super easy by, well, your household could be identified. I'm pretty sure that your household, if you have dragged the internet into it, your ISP could identify you. So yeah, IP is kind of an internet idea, isn't it? RIP privacy. Yeah, RIP privacy. Yeah. That's why I've flip-flopped, right? As I said, I've been voting on the pirate party over and over. But now, if you can't beat them, join them. Privacy is dead and over. It's a thing of the past. Now we need to deal with all the data collection and make it all open source. Free and open source. That is what I think. Can't beat them. Privacy is dead and gone. Well, I mean, you can have privacy. You don't have to be connected to the internet. It's just annoying. Colgate InnoTab says, over 1,000 years is quite a long lifetime. Yeah. Even Methuselah lived only 969 years. Who's Methuselah? I've never heard that name before. Yeah, it is quite a long lifetime. In comparison, right? If everybody lived to be 1,000 years long, then 800 would be a short lifetime. It's just because of, compared to our life expectancy right now, 1,000 years is quite a long time. Actually, 100 years is quite a long time with our life expectancies right now. Wait, so this guy is some kind of human-hugging hipster, says Dr. Watts. That's sort of disturbing. You know, sometimes I want to slap our clients upside the head. Well, this is where the post hoc thing comes in, right? He feels attraction towards this girl, like this teenagers. It's all hormonal, and he sees and probably smells, and a lot of stuff happens unconsciously, and he feels this desire. There we go. He feels this desire, and now in this context he rationalizes that desire in any way he can. And these supposed doctors should know that. They're fucking teenagers. Want to slap our clients upside the head? Like, this happened a long time ago. I don't know. Colgate InnoTab says IP doesn't work as an identifier because people use VPN, Tor and stuff. Yeah, I mean, it's not a perfect system. Tor and VPN and stuff like that, yeah. It's not a perfect system, but for everybody that doesn't, it could be used as an identifier. I'm just saying that, like, it's not that far, like, Internet ID is not that far off. Blasphemous said eventually. Here we go. I agree with Dr. Watts here. It's high school. Everyone's a bastard. Pretty much. But hey, welcome to the club. Volgitinotab says maybe the MAC address is a better identifier. Are they unique though? The MAC addresses? Are all of them unique? I don't think so. Well, a combination of the two. And that can be spoofed too, yeah. Blasphemous points out it can be spoofed too, as well as you can just fake your social security number. It's just... Oh, right. Could be considered illegal to spoof or use VPNs or Tor and stuff like that. That would be fucked up. Would not like that. Yeah, I would want to see like an internet identification number. I think that's a pretty good idea, like the system we have in Sweden, but I would also want to, like, it has to be from the users. The user has to log in, right? It shouldn't be forced upon anyone. We don't want to make it easier for any potential future authoritarians, right? That's why I didn't like that they closed down the libraries in Sweden. Yeah, right. Like we said, the power is generated by the public. Yeah, no, fuck. That... Ask what can your country do for you, not what can you do for your country. That's the way I want people to look at the world. Like, yeah, some stuff is useful for me. If it's not useful for me, then let's not do it. Wait. So this is what he told her about at the cliff? Wait, what did he... Oh, right. Okay, I think I didn't pay enough attention to what he was saying. He just wanted her because she was different. And that is what he told her about, that he felt attracted to her because she was different. What's so bad about that? Is it bad to be attracted to someone just because of something that they have? Like a weird personality? If that is the case, it's just post hoc, right? Still, but... Alright. What did he say? Oh, we didn't get to see. I suppose so. She then went cuckoo and began to make those creepy rabbits, right? Because he confessed this from... who knows how long ago. I guess she's pretty good at holding a grudge. I'm not buying it. Yeah, I'm not buying that either. Didn't she say, oh, that's fine? I mean, fuck, teenagers? Oh, my first motivations when we met was... not pure. Oh no, a teenager had unpure motivation. Therefore, somewhere here, when we've lived our life together, all this becomes invalidated? I don't see that happening. Right? If you get married to someone, well, you get together with someone in your teenage years, just because you were a teenage boy and just you wanted to dip your thing in the thing, right? And then you just stick together, and you stick together, and you stick together, and you stick together, and you build a life together. Then whatever motivation for our first meeting doesn't fucking matter anymore, does it? Like all these other days, thousands of days that we've lived together. Yeah, I'm with Rosaline. I'm not buying it. Something feels missing. Then go get a hat, Sherlock. Come on, I think our passport's leaning against the table there. Boom. Rosaline says, I'm envious that this kid was still here to help him move pianos when their hair grew white. Yeah. A lot of people just disappear along the road, don't they? I wish I was still in contact with my childhood friends. Travel light, I suppose. Nicholas. Do we go over to her? Is the thing over here? Yeah, probably. Rosalind says, reasons and intents aside. Yeah, reasons and intents aside. It's pretty remarkable that they actually met in high school. Exactly, and they stuck together. How many more of those go on for more than a month nowadays, huh? I don't know about you, but mine went pretty swimmingly, says Watts. Yeah? So swimmingly it swam right out the window. Sounds about right. Stuffed toy platypus. I just love how every time we see this thing, we're guaranteed a free memory link. It must have left a big scar on his mind, as it did on mine. Colgate In on Tap says Bloomberg had a pretty hot take on Twitter. Bloomberg. That's a newspaper, right? Something like that. We're dying younger. That could be really good news for our employers. Wait, what? Hot take on Twitter. We're dying younger? I don't understand, Colgate In on Tap. That could be really good news for our employers. Yeah, I don't understand that at all. Know that it's lunchtime as soon as I figured this thing out. Should I even? No need. I'm all good now. Is he though? Come here. Oh, for walnut's sake. Come here. Hey. Not cool, Eva. I kinda agree with that. That was kinda not cool, wasn't it? Like, why? You never cockblock someone in the middle of a Kamehameha. Aha, sorry. What? Yeah. Why did she do that? What is the point? It's just the two of them there. Why can't she let him have that? Since he is enjoying himself and she doesn't care, why not let him enjoy himself? Well, I guess she just gets annoyed by his just being there, I suppose. All right, so here and here. Right, 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, yeah. There we go. Blasphemous says, are there people that read that and see it as a positive? I didn't understand it at all. But probably, yeah. I mean, I don't even understand it, but I can assume that some people will see any statement as positive and some people will see any statement as negative. We're dying younger. Who is dying younger, actually? Yeah. And how is that relevant to Twitter? And why? Because they get rid of them? Oh, it was said in Twitter. Bloomberg said that we're dying younger. Wait. So Bloomberg are claiming that the life expectancy age of people is lower and refers to Americans. So not us, no. Is that really happening? Is the life expectancy going down? That seems unbelievable to me. It has been on a steady increase. All right, America. Why do you need all this? Why do you need all this? Reject all. And no, I don't want to sign in. Business. Americans are dying younger, saving corporations billions. Life expectancy gains have stalled. Grim silver lining, lower pension costs. Yeah, I can see why people think that. But also, they are saying one thing here, and they are saying completely a different thing here. And it feels like they're cherry-picking statistics here. It seems like they're fiddling with statistics. I don't know. Blasphemous says, just block all cookies by default and whitelist them when needed. Oh, actually, that's a very good idea. Yeah, I'll fix that later on. We can do it. Yeah, I'll fix that later. It's good looking out, Blasphemous. I'll do that. Steady improvements in American life expectancy have stalled. And more Americans are dying at younger ages. But for companies straining under the... Source? Sauce? Where's the sauce? Alright. No sauce. Alright. Whatever. I just... Maybe this year compared to the last year. Like if you take 100 year... Actually, let's do that. Life expectancy USA. Do we get like a statistical, like a graph? Right. I don't know. What's this source? CDC? Is CDC a good source? But this is Mr. Takoscapes. So this is probably not a good source. But I'm guessing here it's stagnating, right? Let's assume this is correct, because it looks like it's stagnating and maybe even taking a short turn here. That it's not growing. Oh, look at that. That was a sucky year, wasn't it? Oof. I mean, I'm guessing old age is still an official cause of death. We haven't beaten old age yet. We degrade over time. This follows medical innovations, right? This increases the more medical innovations we do. And I mean, it would not surprise me if life expectancy has taken a fucking hit last year. I don't know. They use National Center for Health Statistics, yeah. And I mean, if it just flattens out and starts going like this, I don't feel that that is way too significant. It's just that the curve changes a little bit. And I mean, yeah, I can see that the consumerists and, yeah, consumeristic viewpoint is that there are some silver linings. Yeah. Oh, right. Good point, Blasphemous. I heard less people died last year because more people stayed at home. Yeah. Less car crashes. Less other infectious diseases that usually kill a lot of people. Yeah. Nice. Very interesting. Oh, thank you, Colgate on Tap. That was quick of you. I didn't even have time to react. Colgate on Tap said before he banned the bot, he said, age-adjusted death rate has been going down, but 2018 tilted up a bit. Alright. You're in the way again, Skywalker. Alright, so before we leave, or actually we leave first, and then I go to lunch. Wait, do we get put straight into the middle of a scene? We do, don't we? Yeah, we do, damn it. I was thinking, oh, I want to start this scene immediately tomorrow. But we can't save in this situation, no. I'm going to school now, ma. Oh, wait, what just happened? What did I do? I screwed something up. Oh, what's this? Let's cancel that. Have a nice day, Joey. He's going to school. Alright. My baby boy, growing up so fast. So the dying age stopped increasing in 2018, says Colgate on Tap. Yeah. Oh. Colgate on Tap says dying younger maybe means dying hair. Yeah. People are getting more crazy colors like blue hair and pink hair and stuff like that in younger ages. That wouldn't surprise me if that statistic checks out. Dr. Rosaline says, "Ack, what if he was a girl? Would she still nickname him after his grandpa?" It wouldn't be that bad actually, since it ends in A, Johnny. I mean, her question was kind of, what? The boy reminds her of her late husband. And, I mean, like and it's like, to honor that memory. I don't know. A lot of people name their kid Junior even. Joey, Dewey, Julie. Sounds cute. If it sounds so cute, then why don't you marry him? Ah, jealous? Oh yes, so jealous. Alright, now we save. Yeah, man. I can see that happening. I can even see it decreasing, especially if there will be a third world war. It will be decreasing, right? But I don't... Like, in a similar fashion, like the Second World Wars. Like, if there's going to be a lot of warring going on in the future, life expectancies might go down, but... yeah, unless like proper medical advancements. I mean, if we completely deal with cancer, that's pretty good. Or guillotining, yeah, guillotining. Increased guillotining. Well, you would have to guillotine a lot of people to really affect that, don't you think? No, man, I don't see guillotining affecting life expectancy. Maybe. No, man, it would have to be, your goal would have to be to guillotine so many people that a lot of those people would, I mean, there would be a war rather than just guillotining people. Rather than just gathering people up and guillotining them, it would be a fight. Again, rather a war, I think. All right. Yeah. So, multiple guillotines. Yes, of course. But what I'm saying is, to affect the life expectancy statistic with guillotine, you would have to kill that so many people with the guillotine that all these people that you're aiming for would come together and fight against the people doing the guillotining. So it wouldn't be guillotining, there would be a war. They would start shooting each other and blowing each other up rather than using a guillotine, if that makes sense, Colgate on tap. Could even fit Hume's one in there. I mean, people don't die from Hume. Well, a lot of people have died because people refuse to use Hume's guillotine. I think if Hume's guillotine became more popular, I think less people would die. I'm not so sure it would increase the life expectancy. I don't know if I would go that far. Maybe. Probably not. Probably from like a... If it would happen, it would be subtle and far removed, like chain consequences that are difficult to quantify, right? Reduced stress. That could be a possible consequence of more people using Hume's guillotine, and reduced stress. If the reduced stress is enough, just reducing stress would increase life expectancy, right? But that's, you know what I'm saying. It's super difficult to quantify something like that. It's just guesswork, speculation, I suppose. Colgatino Tab says sterilizing all people would cause less people to die. Yeah? I wonder if that... I don't think if you just did a Thanos, but instead of just killing everybody, just sterilizing everybody that is alive today. I think that would have an increase on average life expectancy. Maybe that's speculation from my part. Speculation being that, oh fuck, everybody's gonna die. We're the end of the human race. That life becomes more sacred, more important. And then in the end, when everybody starts getting old and we can't take care of each other like the last, well, I don't know, probably increased. I think most of those people would live longer than, or maybe it's like, maybe it would be the opposite, but people would react like with nihilism and start killing each other off, and that would decrease. I mean, either way, I don't know. Most people wouldn't even notice if you do it stealthily. I mean, how far would it take? If you sterilized everybody with a Thanos snap today, how long before we noticed? A month? I think a month. Within a month, people would have started noticing and started talking about it. Within 2 months, 3 months, we'd be certain and try to solve it for a couple of years before giving up. Well, no, people would try to solve it for the rest of humanity then, I suppose. Blasphemous says it would be easy right now. Easy to do what? Sterilizing people? You could just say it's bad luck when people fail at reproducing. No, not if you sterilize the whole world. Nah, man, there's too many people to say it's bad luck. That it's coincidence. Blasphemous says, yes, they would have no idea what's the amount of social distancing going on. I mean, my niece got born last year. I mean, when you're pregnant, you go visit the doctor at regular intervals, even though with the social distancing. Right, you do your ultrasounds and all that. If you made no one becomes pregnant from now on, like within a month, all of them working with that would say, well, is nobody getting pregnant anymore? Why is no one coming? Maybe they would think that, yeah, maybe they're social distancing, skipping and not reporting and just dealing with it. So maybe a bit longer than a month. Maybe 3 months to start talking about it. But still, it's within a year, it would be global news. So there is no doing it. You can snap your fingers stealthily, but such a disturbance would be noticeable. Blasphemous says, you would do it over time in small percentages over the population at a time. Oh, I mean, you could do that, I suppose, but I mean, could you imagine? Oh, so you snap your fingers, now we take 1% this year, and then you wait 2 years, now we take another percent, and then we take another percent, and then... Yeah, that would be sneaky, and the trend would be noticed. It would take longer, but it would be noticeable, right? Of course it would be noticeable. You couldn't, like, even if you had the magic, the stones to do the snapping the fingers bit, you could not make the whole population sterilized without humanity trying to fight back. It doesn't matter how long you would stay between and how subtle you would do it, it would get noticed. Like, we are comparing stuff to stuff that happened hundreds of years ago all the time, right? We compare this year to last year and stuff like that. Blasphemous says, I heard people sext more than hook up now. Yeah, I can see that happening. Doesn't surprise me at all. Colgate Innotab says, second generation sterilization would be pretty hard to notice. Current people could reproduce, but they could only sterilize babies. Yeah, I mean, you would start noticing it when they grew up. It would be similar, right? Any trend would be noticed. We're having so much statistics going on nowadays that any trend, any change in trend to that would be noticed fairly quickly. Blasphemous says, you also wouldn't have to sterilize everyone. I mean, in this thought experiment, you have the Thanos clicky fingers, right? There is no way to stop it in this thought experiment. I'm just saying that it would be noticed. In this magic clicky fingers, I don't know if they ever could figure out that you were doing it and stop you from doing it. Maybe, maybe not. It's out of the scope of my speculative abilities. You would have to make up a lot of rules in this thought experiment to continue thinking about that. I was just thinking it happens. Right? They would fail. Like if it was a Thanos thing and you made everyone sterilized, and that's just, you decided that is the new rule, that all of humanity will die out, then all of humanity will die out. There's actually a show called Utopia about something similar. Oh. Utopia show? Can I just... From 2020. A group of young adults who meet online, get a hold of a cult underground geographic... Wait. Graphic novel, which not only pins them as a target for... Is it any good? Do you recommend it? 6.7? Alright. And that has got to be the last word. It's lunchtime. The original from the UK is much better. I wouldn't watch the Amazon one. Is this not the UK? Alright, so there's a UK show. UK shows often... here we go. British TV series. Black comedy, conspiracy, thriller, drama. Black comedy, conspiracy, thriller, drama. Like those things. There are many great British TV series. I don't know, this is just anecdotal, right? But I feel that UK British TV series, that they have a norm. Well, they have more focus on the writing when they create a TV series. And when they just create normal TV shows, like where there is no authorship involved, those are terrible. Terrible, like the reality shows. The Brits have so many reality shows. It's exhausting. I don't like any of them. But alright, it's time for lunch. Thanks for hanging out. Good times as usual. Cheers.